if I can get all this done in one take, it'll be a miracle. It's currently 1:02 a.m. on April 5th, so if you think my voice is quiet, it's because it has to be. Are we focused? Yeah, we're okay. Okay. Writing is therapeutic for me, and since you all haven't seen me in a bit, I feel like you need to hear this from my mouth rather than just read it. If you don't want to hear me talk about personal things, then please don't let me waste your time. This week has been hard. Really hard. A lot harder than I thought it was going to be. First reason, Colorado, the state that I live in, is in lockdown because of COVID-19. And I'm an essential worker. I work at a grocery store. And I've been frustrated recently and reluctant to go to work because of what I feel like is a lack of precautions to protect employees from the virus, and not really giving us enough hazard pay incentive to make us risking our lives worth it to go. I usually don't have a problem going to work, but when I can't effectively self-isolate, it makes me upset. I want to protect myself and I can't. Second reason, my grandmother passed away on Monday night. She was in her 80s, lived a very full, happy life. I love her so much, and I didn't realize how much me not calling her one last time would make me miss her like I am right now. Not the best time for this to happen either, because she lived in Washington. Flying isn't an option right now, so we have to drive out there. My dad, it was his mom, decided to drive nonstop with my two younger brothers to go and pack up her apartment. I'm torn about this because I felt like I needed to help, but instead I stayed home with my mom. We were the only human contact, almost the only human contact the two of us had with one another, and by the time my family had gotten back, we'd been alone for like 4 days, and it made me realize how much I actually hated self-isolation, even though it's super necessary at the moment. The third reason is I have much more time to dedicate to YouTube right now, and I'm clearly slacking. I know. It's not like anyone's holding a gun to my head or to make me make videos, but it feels like too much work right now. It shouldn't. It hasn't. There goes the one take thing. It hasn't felt like work. Usually it gets my creative juices flowing. I'm able to think up new ideas for the stuff I can put into videos, or maybe even a different method of presenting it. There's lots of things I can do with content, and it makes me feel like I've accomplished something, like every time I finish one. It makes me really good, or it makes me feel really good to do YouTube. But I can't really bring myself to even write a script for one right now. In the absence of a lot of things happening in esports, I have plenty of other things I can make. There's new ideas I want to explore, but I stall, and I stall, and I stall. It suddenly became a chore in the past week or 2 weeks, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I've also slacked hard on my schooling since our transition to online courses, and for the record, that's something I haven't done since I got really deep in depression in the beginning of 2018, so as far as behavioral patterns go, that's not a good thing to sink back into. I don't think I've cried or felt like I've really grieved over my grandmother passing away. I didn't do that when my uncle died. I didn't do that when my old high school was shot up. I don't react emotionally to bad things sometimes, and it makes me feel like a robot. I'm not taking care of my body. I'm noticing I'm playing Siege without enjoying it, and I've had the highest viewer numbers I've ever had on Twitch and the most success, and I'm not really having fun with it because I feel like it's just me distracting myself from doing anything else at the moment, and I feel like I've got nothing else to do with my life. That I'm in pain, and I'm sorry. I've always wanted to be transparent and honest where I can. I'm hoping this feeling is temporary, momentary. I hope I can get back to a positive groove. The thing is, not everything has been bad. Casting Challenger League these past 2 weeks has felt so incredible. I've learned a lot. I've had stupid amounts of fun, and I feel so much more confident doing it. And the guys I'm working with are helpful, easy to work with, funny. It's a difficult feeling, like a transition period. I think that's what it is, but for me, it's almost like everything is just bubbling up to the surface, and keeping it boiled up inside is not something that I can do. If I do that, I've already learned from past experiences that it won't end well, because I'm being dishonest with myself if I'm lying by omission by not talking about these kinds of things. And I know that there's a lot of people here who have probably been wondering, why don't you upload more? I've been streaming, but that's something I feel like is just an excuse for when people ask, why aren't you doing more with YouTube? And I want to pursue it. I want to keep doing it. It's not something I've forgotten, but when there's so many other things happening that are just keeping my mind preoccupied, there are some things that just get shoved into the back, and YouTube is most definitely one of those things. It's nothing personal, but you need to understand the situation that I'm in, and I feel like me being honest means that I owe you that much. I do. I also know that the first step in solving a problem is recognizing that there is one, and I feel like in my case, public acknowledgement of there being an issue is definitely super helpful. So, apologies if you didn't want to hear any of this, but I need to do this for me. Just releasing this video. Like I said, I hope this feeling is momentary. I don't really know what a fix is. I don't know exactly what I'm feeling, other than that whatever I'm feeling inside sucks so bad that it's driving me back into a depressive state, and I don't want it to get that far. Because it sucks. So, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're keeping safe. I hope you're washing your hands. And I don't know what I need at the moment. So, thanks.